Hey everyone, and welcome back to Metroid Zero Mission. Well, it's been a while, but it feels good to be finally back. Back in our naked state, because now, well, we still haven't finished the game, but we still have some things to do, because this is the remake of the original Metroid and we have some extra content. So we play as Samus now, which lost her suit. So yeah, as we flew from ZBs away from this place, we were chased down by space pirates and they shut down our ship. So for whatever reason we lost our suit in the process, so I don't know what happened with it. Either space pirates stole it, maybe, I don't know, or it was just destroyed. But yeah, welcome to one of the most dangerous sections in the entire game, where we are infiltrating a space pirate mothership. And yes, as you can see, this whole place is infested with space lobsters. Red space lobsters, for whatever reason. Yeah, these crab-looking things are actually space pirates, and they are one of the most dangerous enemies in the game, if not the most dangerous ones, because as you can see, they are really fast, and they can shoot green lasers at you, which fly really fast as well. And all these things, deal massive damage to you. So what makes this whole part even more tedious is that you cannot deal with these guys. You cannot destroy them because, as you can see, Samus is extremely handicapped. She only has her fancy looking swimsuit, right? She's almost naked here, like literally, you know? And yeah, she's only equipped with her stun gun. So stun gun only stuns these red lobsters for a while, and then they just are frozen for a while. They can't do anything, but after that they are unfrozen, maybe after 3 seconds or so, and then they continue to chase you around. So as you can see, whenever a lobster sees you, he initiates the alarm, which means that all the lobsters in this whole place will see you and they'll start to chase you around. So this whole place has some places where we can kinda hide from these space pirates, right? From these lobsters, from these mini xenomorph things. And after a while, when they don't see you, when you're out of their field of vision, then the alarm goes away. Also here to the left, I was trying to execute wall jumps, but I couldn't, because you need to execute multiple wall jumps in a row to access one hidden passageway there to the left, which I was trying to access, which leads you to a hidden ventilation shaft, which basically lets you skip this screen here, just for the sake of time, for example, if you're doing a speedrun or so. But yeah, that wall jump sequence is really hard to execute, so I was not going for it. So, also in this whole place, there are 2 save points which in hard mode are actually not available to you at all. So basically they are blocked off completely on hard mode. So on hard mode, this particular sequence is even more challenging for you. Yeah, the one save point which is blocked in hard mode, we actually already passed through. It was a save point after that escape pod, that blue one, which we entered. So, okay, so here we have a screen with these flashing spotlights, as you can see. When they see you, basically when you touch the spotlight, then alarm is initiated, and then these red lobster things try to chase you around. So the thing is about these flashing lights, what you can do about them, if you are standing next to the door, for example, and you need to proceed further, but you can't because there's a flashing light in front of you, what you can do, you can enter that door and then come back to that room, because when you'll come back, the cycle of these spotlights will be reset. So that's a pretty handy tip here. As you can see, this whole place, like always in usual Metroid fashion, features a lot of different hidden passageways which you can shoot down. And yeah, many crumbling blocks as well. So in your first playthrough, obviously you'll have to, well, try many tries to go through this whole place, because you can't just memorize all these things, considering how long is this whole place. And yeah, in this naked state we will be here for quite some time. Also, in this whole Chizoria place, these save points, they not only save your game, but they actually restore you to full. So basically in this whole place we won't have access to Chozo statues, but save points in this place, they act kind of like a save point and restoration point at the same time. So here in this particular room, I don't advise you to go through the lower route because you'll have to touch the lasers to go through that part. But here, yeah, just try to use your wall jumps to reach this place, and here you can go upwards to reach the exit from this room. I failed here because I touched the lasers, as you can see, but yeah, this was actually one of my most unluckiest runs through this whole sequence. You know, I could edit out all these fails which I had, because I actually died in this place multiple times, but I left all these fails in so that you can see that this whole section is not for the faint of heart. Really, after my multiple runs through this game, I still have trouble with this whole place. Really, because sometimes my controls are just not responsive, sometimes enemy AI is not working properly and stuff like that. Also in this room, which I visited before this one, there was one secret passage, hidden one to the left, which you can also access to, well, skip the room here and to appear here in this room with the stew. But also there, like in the previous case, you'll need to have very precise wall jumping skills, and I am, well, sucking at them, as you can see, so... And then, yeah, we are in Chozo ruins once again, but these ruins are a bit different ones. So, yeah, as you can see, these red lobster things are still chasing us around, so be careful, really. Yeah, for whatever reason, although we don't have our suit, we still have access to power grip for whatever reason, so Samus is as agile as ever, and yeah, we still can climb and reach ledges, so... Yeah, in order for the alarm to go away, you have to either be out of the field of vision of these red dudes, or you have to access these spots in rooms which are colored black, which was apparent in the previous room. But, you know, this trick not always works. So, for example, sometimes if you are standing in that black spot, sometimes for whatever reason enemies still see you. I'm not kidding. And yeah, these flashing lights, they are kinda on always, it's just that the game runs at 60 FPS, but I recorded at 30, so sometimes you just don't see these lights. So, just because of the FPS, so, but trust me, these lights are always here. So yeah, but just that, you know, sometimes you don't see them, but when I recorded, I saw that these lights were here all the freaking time, so yeah, be careful. So... Yeah, overall, I really like this whole place. It's pretty unique. I think, yeah, to my knowledge, only 2 other Metroid games featured Samus in her naked state when she was without her suit. Of course, the original Metroid, but there it was just kind of like a hidden extra, where you can just input a password and then play the whole game with Samus without her suit. And yeah, one other game which featured Samus without her suit was Metroid Other M, I think. But there you were only in this naked state for a brief period of time, only during the escape sequence. And that's pretty much it, but here we have kind of like more exposure. So here I think Samus's naked state is exposed to her fullest potential, so to speak. So yeah, I really like this whole place. As you can see, here I was kind of screwed because for whatever reason, this guy was chasing me around all the freaking time. As you can see, I was kind of looping around here a lot. I was trying to make it so that he loses me, but he was being like persistent, like really persistent. Because usually what happens here, you see this room, there were these blocks that I shut down. Usually, in order for them to lose me, in order for these guys to stop chasing me around, what I do, I just stand here on this particular ledge, and then he kinda goes away, that red dude. But here, for whatever reason, I don't know what happened, but yeah, he saw me. So I didn't know what to do. I had to improvise, but my improvisation skills are not the best ones. As you can see, I'm low on health already, and I actually, yeah, died here, so... So yeah, sometimes even if you do things properly, you think that you are doing them properly, but sometimes this whole section can kinda screw you over, really. So... yeah, you see? This dude is being persistent like a madman, like seriously. So I think I even had more luck with this whole place on hard mode when I recorded my whole playthrough with low percent completion, you know. And yeah, on hard mode, this whole place was not giving me so much trouble, but here, as you can see, I died and I had to restart this section. This is not the one and only death that will happen and occur in this whole place. There will be more, just you wait. So yeah, this whole sequence is not for the faint of heart, even if you already maybe completed this whole sequence many times, even maybe if you played the game many times. I remember my very first time when I played this game, it was actually the time when I actually streamed this game as well. That's my very first playthrough, and there I remember this whole sequence, because obviously I didn't knew all these rooms, I didn't knew what to do in them, right? And I knew how to escape properly and stuff. So I was failing in this whole sequence many times, and believe it or not, but this whole sequence took me 2 hours to complete on my first playthrough. I'm not even kidding. So yeah, as you can see, this whole Chozo Ruins place, well, you thought that Chozodia is big enough already on the map. Well, no, we actually saw the place of Space Pirate Mothership. It's colored blue on the map, but now the secret section of Chozodia, it's yeah, Chozo Ruins. So here we have these eye beams. As you can see, if you touch them, they'll initiate the alarm and will start shooting lasers at you as well. So the thing is about these red lobsters, as you can see, there are many of them appearing at the same time usually. So although you can't damage them, what you can do with them, you can kinda lure them in so that there are 2 lobsters next to you and that you are in between them, and what will happen is that they'll shoot at each other and they'll destroy each other. So yeah, their lasers, they also work on themselves. So, and here again, as you can see, I was trying to reach that hiding place here, but the dude was being persistent once again. And here, for example, let me hide here? No? No. He still saw me, so yeah. This whole place, and this whole attempt to complete this whole place, was a pain in the ass, like seriously. Okay, for example here, okay, everything is fine. Alarm goes away, right? But the dude is still here! Dude! Go to your family! Please, go to your lobster children, your lobster wife. Leave me alone! So yeah, I didn't know what to do here because for whatever reason, even if the alarm stopped, right, he still is chilling here. Like, what the hell? Dude. Please. Yeah. Some really awful AI fails happened to me here, as you can see, so I decided to leave the bin so that you can see that even if you do everything properly, the game decides to screw you over, basically. So, also one interesting thing about this whole place, as long as we are in this naked state, in this Metal Gear state, right, where Samus is running around with her fancy ponytail. So if you check the map, you can kind of see that there is a different icon. For example, before, when we were in our suit mode, we had Samus's icon on the map, which were Samus's icon when she's wearing her suit, right? It was the icon of her helmet. But now, in our map screen, there's icon of suitless Samus. And the suitless Samus icon also appears when you are choosing your save file right at the beginning, as you saw in this episode. So, and also when you die, it appears in that menu there as well. Yeah, as you saw there in one of the previous rooms, there were some blocks that could be shut down. So remember that dude, which kind of screwed me over and I died? Well, apparently what I had to do there, I had to lure him in, and then I had to shoot down these blocks so he just falls down. So that's why he was chasing me around. And also here, one interesting thing about these eye beams, as you can see, there were some black spaces there where I could hide away, sort of. But the thing is, if you may have already noticed, but when Samus is hanging on the ledge, her foot kinda sticks out, if it makes sense. So basically, if that laser sees your foot, the alarm is still initiated. So yeah, be careful and pay attention to that detail, seriously. So also there are some YouTube videos which are called perfect stealth of this particular section. So basically what it means that a player who plays the game goes through this whole section unspotted. So what that means is that if you remember the very beginning of this Space Pirate Mothership, when we entered it, there was this ambient music in the background, which had this kind of like Metal Gear-ish feel to it. And when, for example, Red Lobster sees you, okay, yeah, you see again, what the hell, man, please, go to your family. So yeah, basically, when a Red Lobster sees you, then this whole dangerous music starts, right? And then when it goes away, then music goes back to ambient tune, but different one, not the very first ambient tune. So the thing is, when you are trying to go for this perfect stealth, when you are being unspotted for the whole this sequence, then basically that ambient tune, which was at the beginning, should play for this whole sequence. So also this save point is not available to you on hard mode, so yeah, watch out for that. Basically on hard mode this whole place just sucks because well, there are very long periods of time where you are just being without a save point, and in that mode enemies of course deal much more damage to you. So basically yeah, you have to watch your step really in that mode, especially here. So but yeah, speaking about perfect stealth, it is possible, but in my opinion it's much more harder to get than completing whole hard mode on low percent. I'm not even kidding, because sometimes when you are, for example, will be going for perfect stealth, you'll just will be banging your head against the wall in order to, well, figure out how to proceed through certain rooms without being spotted. But if you are being clever enough, you'll find a way, like seriously. Although sometimes you'll be just thinking like, how should I just go through this place? It's not humanly possible, but believe it or not, but it is humanly possible. You just have to watch these perfect stealth videos to believe me, seriously. So also you saw here there were some kind of upgrade which was hanging on the statue, and then that Red Lobster dude, I don't know if it was the same who was not going to his family, but he kind of stole this shiny thing. So I have no idea what is he doing with it right now. But yeah, what is that shiny thing? What is that upgrade? We'll actually find out later. So, and here we'll have some pretty funny screen. Yeah, remember when Crab Core was popular? Remember that meme? Well, if you forgot, then here's the screen to remind you of that meme. So, yeah, pretty funny screen with these lobster things which are kind of chasing you, Crab Core style. So, and yeah, we are actually coming up to the end of this whole dangerous place. So here, as you can see, these lobster things, they'll be chasing you here. But here, just run, and surprise, surprise, this block here after this bridge can be shut down, and all these lobsters, yeah, they just fall down when you shoot that block, so because the whole bridge crumbled. So, but okay guys, yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this dangerous episode, and yeah, see you all in the next part where we'll be dealing with the boss of this whole place. Cheers!